Previous two videos, Wes showed you guys how to do a wood plank. I believe he did the base coat with TSO, wood plank with TCO, thin coat only, which is used for micro or for wood plank. He stained it with the Influencer water-based stains that Durável offers, and he told me to go ahead and seal these boards. So I guess he just wanted to bring the closer in to finish it all off. So I'm just going to demonstrate the DVWB Clear, which is their water-based acrylic on this side, and then their DV30, which is their solvent-based 30% solids acrylic sealer. So Durável also has a DV20, which is their 20% solids acrylic sealer, which would be less solids, a little bit thinner, probably a little bit easier to work with in really hot conditions. For this video, I'm just going to demonstrate the DV30. So we've got, I'm going to go ahead and roll both of these out with wood planks. You always want to roll with the grain as you're rolling them out. And that kind of just depends on which overlay you're doing. But for wood plank, which we're doing now, we're going to go with the grain. We're going to make W's to get our coverage, and then we'll back roll it for uniform coverage. So that's kind of the plan. You'll see solvent-based on this side, how it darkens and enriches the color. And then you'll see water-based on this side. These sealers, it's recommended that you reseal them every 5 years. Something to keep in mind, it's not recommended to do solvent-based on top of water-based or water-based on top of solvent-based. They don't really bond, they just kind of sit on top of each other. You know, when you have solvent-based, what's nice about it is when you go to reseal it in 5 years, it actually re-emulsifies the current sealer on there, and it kind of melts together and creates a lot better bond. You know, when you go to reseal water-based sealers, you know, if you were to put a solvent-based on top of the water-based, it would just kind of eat at and melt that sealer away and damage it. It wouldn't look good. So, you know, when you go to reseal water-based, it doesn't bond to it as good as when you do solvent-based on top of solvent-based, because they actually melt together and bond. Water-based, you clean it, you reseal it, you're probably okay, but it just kind of sticks on top. It doesn't really bond. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and seal them real quick. So ideally, this would be on the ground. I'd have a pole in my hand since I don't want it to look awkward. I'm just going to use this frame and this tray. I'm going to dip and roll it. It's recommended that you do 2 coats. The first coat's going to penetrate and essentially prime it and plug up the pores, and the second coat will actually sit on top and be your quote-unquote sealer. So right here, W, and I'm just going to keep going. In this video, you don't really see when to re-wet your roller. When you start feeling it dry or start hearing the noise of it kind of sticking, that means you probably don't have enough material in there. That's when you would go and re-wet your roller. I think it's always good to do these types of samples, because a lot of times when you go out and do a job, what I've heard from a lot of people, you go do this beautiful wood plank, you go and stain it, the homeowner comes out and is like, I wanted it a little darker. Well, ma'am or sir, it's going to darken when I put the sealer on. Are you sure? And so you kind of eliminate those questions when you do a sample. And you know, potentially you could do a sample with one side solvent-based, one side water-based, so you could actually see the difference, and so that your customer understands the expectations that you set forward to them, and so there's no panicking or nitpicking or whatever you want to call it. So now we're going to do this side with the water-based Durável acrylic sealer. I'm going to dip and roll it. When you first put out any water-based sealer, your first impression is you're going to panic, because when you initially put it out, it's going to be milky. It's going to be milky. You're going to think, crap, I screwed something up. What do? I'm gonna panic and call Blake. Blake's gonna answer the phone and tell you just to walk away. Come back the next day, it's gonna level out, it's gonna look fine. So when you put it out, it's gonna look milky, and it will essentially, as it cures, it'll clear up. And you'll see, we'll post on this video, how the color actually looks very similar to what was already the color of the wood plank. So all I'm going to do now is we put our first coat on. In the last video I figured I'd just go ahead and just put the second coat on so you guys could see it. And ultimately I would recommend doing 2 coats of acrylic sealer over exterior overlays. Keep in mind, if we're doing this interior, we can get into the ballpark of using epoxies and urethanes to seal these overlays, but specifically we're talking about exterior right now. So 2 coats of acrylic sealer, about to put the second one on, and I would recommend just resealing it every 5 years. Your second coat, the sealer should go a lot further because you've plugged up the pores of the concrete. So it should go a lot further. I just always recommend, that one more time. I always recommend, 300 square foot per gallon per coat across the board. The first one will take more, the second one will take less, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now keep in mind, this sealer's been sitting in this tray since first coat, so the working time on it is a little less. It's been exposed to the elements for about an hour and a half. Here we go. W. Again, water base comes out milky. Do not panic. Just back roll it out. It's going to level out. This is with water-based urethanes, water-based acrylics, water-based polyaspartics, water-based epoxies, whole 9 yards. From what I've seen, my experience, when you roll them out, they look milky. You got roller marks everywhere. If you roll it continuous and uniform, it'll level out. Everything will be fine. Anyway, so appreciate you guys tuning in. This is 2 coats of DV30, which is their 30% solids acrylic sealer made by Durável. This is the DV WB Clear, which is their water-based acrylic. If you guys have any questions, you know where to find me. DM us, call me, email me, show up. I'm here to help. And yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.